Hi, Earth people. I am Chinghiz together with you. Today, March 21, 2022. And Hitler Putin with her ongoing genocide in Ukraine. And what's happening? This we should say that again and again is because what's happening now, Hitler Putin with her ongoing genocide in Ukraine is because enablers. We shall say that again and again. Without these enablers, Putin not have, of course, not have this opportunity right during these decades, 2 decades at least, particularly last 15 years, particular. Last decade is total, full ignoration of Putin crimes, genocides, children killers, crimes. And these Western countries' rule of law, its value, democracy, democratic institutions, was totally in appeasement of Hitler, Putin. Totally was betraying the democracy, liberty, human rights, for what was fighting these countries, Western countries means. They're fighting revolutions to establish these republics, this country rule of law based on democracy and human rights and justice, was totally self. And no responsibility even. Today, when Hitler Putin online in live with her ongoing genocide in Ukraine. Even today, they refuse stop Putin. I each time said before saying again, it's not so matter what you're doing. In this case, Hitler Putin case, sanctions, it's no matter if this your action not stop it, Putin. But you have all this capability and opportunity stop Putin. Now, finally, you should, you shall, because Hitler Putin's ongoing genocide in Europe. even in Europe. You refuse to stop Putin. You can say you want sanctions will have effect, blah, blah, blah. You will do that, do that. We'll take Putin to new Nuremberg tribunal. But in fact, it was 3 weeks. For example, and this example not ordinary example, the satanic, devastating fact, satanic, evil, satanic. Germany give to Hitler Putin for her ongoing genocide in Europe, in Ukraine, more than 4 billion euro. Other name, Germany, continue financing Hitler Putin. And how are you planning stop Putin? United States of America, EU, Britain. How? Putin have money will do. So simple. And money he have because you giving to him, her, this money. How you can say shameful German political establishment? This Mraz Mers, same CDU new leader, or current Chancellor Scholz with coalition, Bundestag of Germany, your mainstream media, how you can say this economy factor, this something can be discomfort, Habeck. What you say, this means you will have some discomfort in short time. Because you have all opportunity is clever, neat. But if you decide financing Hitler nowadays, your mind will work on this case. And you decided to do that. And this absolutely and completely unacceptable you argues as you taking from Russia gas, oil gas, particular gas, some quantity of this, 30 or 40 or 60, even 100. When you have opportunity finally stop that. And this can, for short time, do some discomfort for your nation, short term, few months, several months, but no year. And this for you mean, and you argue based on this fact, giving you right financing Hitler. Our days means Putin, which in her ongoing genocide in Ukraine. Your position undeniably and openly finance Hitler. This should be a crime to new Nuremberg tribunal case. This case, your case, today's German establishment, your case also should go to new Nuremberg tribunal. You also should stay, no stay even, of course, because Putin will need, and you will also should be there, as was Hitler circle, Goering, Mering. One difference have today's law and this right and good not have death sentence. This new video, capital of one of the largest maybe countries in Europe, Ukraine, slaughtering by Hitler Putin. Kiev. Simply 15 minutes from center, downtown. Watch German leaders.
The aftermath of the attack which happened last night here in Kiev, just 15 minutes away from the center. It's crazy. This is totally insane.
Even then, so of course, 21st century have more devastating rockets, weapons means bombs, but same plus means same, which was in World War II. full area destroyed. And Putin doing that knowingly. Shots. Knowingly. Putin, in last his public appearance, Hitler Putin, he said what he's doing is famous method of Hitler, Stalin, now Hitler Putin. And it's not new. Hitler Putin was at least 15 years, as I said already, particularly and totally 10 years, was using this plenty time. When he commit genocide in Chechnya, in Syria, Aleppo, when he ordered kill children in Beslan, when he killed Nemtsov, when he cracked down Malaysia airplane above Ukraine, and additional. What he actually doing in this time when he's speaking, same time, genocide in Ukraine, but he accused Ukrainians they using genocide against Russian in Ukraine. This Hitler Putin very good, well-known technology. Even he was some blah blah about Jesus, about gospel. And of course, she antichrist. What I say, I never using word for nothing or baseless, never. When I first time said Putin antichrist, this means she antichrist. And fact check. And Hitler Putin means Hitler Putin. And fact check. Vakarchuk solist, solo singer of Ocean Elzy, Ukrainian, very famous in world, famous already. He was in some hospital where you will see this video. And he's speaking Vakarchuk.
Меня зовут Слава Вакарчук, я музыкант из группы «Океан Эльзы». Это Украина, Запорожье. И сейчас мы находимся в палате реанимации, где наши врачи доблестно борются в буквальном смысле за жизнь деток, которые были ранены русскими ракетами, русскими осколками, русской армии, просто за то, что они живут в независимой стране. У некоторых из них нет рук, ног. У некоторых потеряли всех родителей. Прямо сейчас им пытаются спасти жизнь. Я хочу, чтобы вы увидели это и остановили свою безумную власть. Вы можете сделать это. Не бойтесь, прекратите бояться. Выйдите на площади, посмотрите, что они делают с нашими детьми. Прямо сейчас. Я думаю, что я не буду больше ничего говорить. Тому, кто хочет понять и почувствовать, все ясно и так. Остановите войну.
They are children without leg, hand. Parents already killed it. Genocide is genocide. Joe Biden and NATO. And even you continue financing Putin. You not even decided stop Putin. Financing Putin means you decided not stopping Putin. Oil and gas embargo immediately, including EU, including, of course, Germany, immediately today. And Marshall Plan for your discomfort, Germany. Not several months, few months. Some plan need. You and NATO countries, EU and United States have enough opportunity without any serious problem resolve German energy. Particularly nowadays, when we choose go clean energy, which much more deadly and devastating will than Hitler Putin this war. About that little bit later with facts, but about Ukraine. Ukraine authority, Zelensky, President Zelensky, you have right give territory of Ukraine to Hitler Putin. You're not intending to that, not will. Of course, this should be. It's not discussing, you say. Of course, should be. But what your team maybe, but this officially, your officials, maybe you too, blah, blah, about neutrality. Your constitution in Poroshenko time, in constitution writing, Ukraine decided be part of Europe, not neutral, and be part of NATO, part of European Union and part of full member of NATO. Ukrainian people decided that by revolution, by Maidan. And this should be stopped, this blah blah. Aristovich, the info was, I not have opportunity all these videos or info watch, no, but info come, Aristovich was blah blah about neutrality, and Aristovich official. Stop that finally. You not have right for that, Zelensky. Ukrainian people have right, and they already decided. And they will fight Hitler, Putin, and they will win. They will win. I know that already. Ukraine was doing this as I was believed from start, and this happening. You already stopped it, Putin, on his full-scale occupation plan by genocide. Genocide continue because your sky, your area not protected, thanks to NATO. For that happening there. Genocide, and main here, as I said, financing this genocide, continuation of that, particularly by Germany. This money giving Putin continue genocide. But air defense system, where? Joe Biden. What now? What now? You decide not directly be in confrontation with Putin forces, NATO forces. Okay, again I say we understand that. But why you, Joe Biden and NATO, rejecting help Ukraine for protect the sky, the air? There genocide happened. Look at Mariupol. This was Kiev. How many children already died? Genocide is genocide. And this because Putin rockets and military jets. Mainly this. Majority this. All weapon, MiG-29, the Soviet time. But okay, even you refuse send this MiG to Ukraine. What this means? Putin will each time say blah blah. Each time already said and will say no supply weapon to Ukraine. If Putin will blah blah, they will do that, and what? You decide no direct confrontation, okay. Military jets already, because they are ongoing genocide. This was Kiev, video from today, yesterday and today. How each day, each hour, very important. And you discussing send this weapon, how send from Poland, from Germany. Germany blocked all that, same time financing Putin, already more than 4 billion euro. And there, all that means you continue appease Hitler, Putin. And their genocide. Military jets, air defense system, ground air defense systems, Patriot. But you say no Patriot. Why? S-300, S-400, these air defense systems. This why not? Ukraine not have enough, very small quantity for fight Putin rockets and military jets. They are urgently needed air defense system and military jets. Urgently. Lend-Lease now, today, each hour counting. And sanction Putin, finally, full. Russia should isolate it fully and immediately and fully. Oil and gas embargo, totally SWIFT ban, immediately and finally. And all herself, family, and all her oligarchs, 150, 200 oligarchs. But you even in this case, oligarch case also acting very slow and deliberately and very small quantity. When we're talking about 150, 200, you sanctions maybe dozen, and saying will, what means you will when there is happening and when you have opportunity immediately arrest, seize this oligarch's assets and visa ban immediately. You're saying you will create some commission. This commission will watch. When watch, they will choose. Absolutely not adequate to reality position. When you have this opportunity, Abramovich not sanctioned by United States. Why? Joe Biden. What problem? Well, Abramovich give some money to United States hedge fund months. Therefore, and this money, of course, criminal money. Therefore, or Patanin, even not mention name of Patanin. Patanin works technically versus oligarch. Officially, Patanin versus technically means, of course, Putin have much more. Others also possible, but Patanin, long time Putin loyal and oligarch. Even he was financing Putin crimes, including some link to even United States, Putin attack, even in Britain, because it's Putin. It's actual about Putin. Patanin name even not mentioned. This is very bad. You acting even in sanctions case not adequate. They are sharply and finally should be all financing. Stop it. All firm and companies, Western companies and firms, who remain in Russia, they should be immediately sanctioned. For example, Nestle, or there are others, German firm also, they have Deutsche Bank after we all said, and about Deutsche Bank. About Deutsche Bank. This all key. Again, I know I never saying words for nothing. No blah blah, okay? Deutsche Bank was main bank which was using Putin on his attack against Western countries, United States for buy money pipeline, including in Trump case. Even today, they are not yet this in Trump case. There should be already these dogs was given to investigators. In election year, Supreme Court of United States stop that, freeze that, no reason. Country rule of law, the investigation. Supreme Court said not after election. And think if Trump will never, but theoretically, how Trump was acting in his this treasonous term. He was a very good nerve. After that, more this New York South District, in New York District Attorney Office, investigating Trump finance criminal. New appointee, they come. Why? There was Vance, Kai Vance, I think. There was replaced some new, and he immediately stopped all investigation, and therefore this prosecutor investigated Trump finance was resigned as protest. It's all about Deutsche Bank. And in time when Congress, I think House Representatives, maybe Senate too, they also was asking some dogs from Deutsche Bank linked to Trump, Putin Trump means. Deutsche Bank said, I remember that. These dogs was crashed. It's no criminal. It's no crime. Any dogs can crash for hit their crimes. And this no crime. And this also did Deutsche Bank. And this alarming fact was for me when I understand what this means, how they as one team acting. Now who behind them, who behind Putin, Trump. Only they can do that. Who rule the world, who own world financial system. This I say you, universe unity, what actually happened. Even today, why this continue? Putin in genocide, Hitler Putin. You even not yet. Even never will, maybe. Stop Putin. This all linked to Deutsche Bank. And refusal investigate, sometimes by court, sometimes when court opening, lifted all barriers, such thing happening. One attorney replaced by other attorney and new attorney stopped this investigation. Even coming to Deutsche Bank, demand these dogs Deutsche Bank coming saying this dogs was crashed by some employee. And these all key points, key. About January 6 Q attempt where Putin, Trump, and co job. And this Q attempt was in United States of America against United States, against rule of law, against state institutions, presidential institutions, Congress. Q means Q attempt. Even today, again, not through investigation, refusal, blah, blah, by Garland, blah, blah, after blah, blah. He think if sometimes will use strong words, how he decided, but actually, in practice, happening even opposite. And why? All what I say directly link, direct this one thing. Hitler put in genocide in Ukraine. You refuse stop Putin, and Putin, Trump and co crime in United States. You refusing to really finally investigate that. Fraud Brexit, what there was, they, British authorities, means Conservative Party, they refusing investigate that. This is one thing. What German doing, same. When all that can come to really big war, can, because you refuse stop Putin. This meeting with Putin for Zelensky, this is good only for Putin, Hitler Putin, only. This also bad. Somebody will say talks need, but if in reality happen genocide, and Putin using this meeting for use his opportunity image to their meetings, he not Hitler Putin, he not doing genocide. If so, why this President Zelensky will meet with him, her? No reason. This Putin position. And Germany will say, hey, yes, and others. Hey, Ukraine, we'll push Ukraine, not Putin. Ukraine will push the Ukraine. Hey, hello, these demands. Hitler Putin demands. Only reason on this meeting is only here one side have gain. This Hitler Putin. They not changing and not will change. They will lie, will use this opportunity, will continue destroy Ukraine, genocide by genocide, will continue. But Ukrainian people will finally remove, stop. But for that needed to really act as one team. They acting as one team, and we should act as one team for finally stop Hitler, Putin. Who they, I said, Hitler, Putin, Trump. Trump was praised Putin when Putin start invade, full scale, invade Ukraine, including by recognizing as sovereign state these occupied territories in eastern region by Russian parliament and signed by Putin. Trump was praised that and others too. But then later, 1 week, 10 days, maybe 2 weeks, they will see there already genocide is undeniable. And election coming in United States, midterm, after that, will president election after 2 years. And American people, these polls, opinion polls show how absolute majorities stand with Ukraine, reject Hitler, Putin genocide, demanding from United States authority and NATO stop Hitler, Putin. In this case, Trump and co. means Putin, Trump and co. in United States. More correctly, Hitler, Putin, Trump and co. into United States. They should use this tactic. Hey, Trump, you speak. This Putin very favorite method. One to other can by words. But distract you for, yes, this tactic, very well known methods, tactics. And therefore Trump start criticize Putin. But this not means Trump truly against Putin. No chance. No way. But you're so naive view. Trump also, we should stop Putin without war. Initiative, you choose initiative, not should be direct confrontation with Putin. Okay, again, we understand that. But I know Putin using and will use this fact too in Ukraine and not only Ukraine. Putin, you not will intervene. But okay, I understand. But use all these measures. Supply needed weapons, military jets, air defense system, grounds, and others needed weapon enough quantity and enough good quality. And finally, economically stop Putin. Oil and gas embargo and civil ban, and all her oligarchs. Israel also acting, there's no surprise for me. They will use these words. They no want confrontation with Russia. Why? Why are you using these words, confrontation? When they are not, Hitler, Putin intervene in Europe, European country, and doing their genocide. And you should stand with Ukraine, Israel, by supplying them weapons and should also condemn this invasion, this genocide. By Israel, even giving open the air and airports to Putin oligarchs, means helping. helping. Israel was help Epstein. Israel means authority, Netanyahu, and Bennett, the same, not different, not someday serious difference, not Israel remain apartheid country, apartheid regime. And apartheid means racism, fascism, supremacism. Apartheid means that. And this today Israel. And even Ghislaine Maxwell was given several months there. When this info come public, she was leave Israel. This all secretly how Israel acting. But Persian Gulf now come in favor it. United Arab Emirates, particular. All there, all running to there, oligarch. Putin family, Putin oligarchs, all running, flying to United Arab Emirates. And what United States will sit and watch? How United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and others, same countries, particularly these two, will help Hitler Putin avoid sanctions. And United States and European Union will sit and watch. Absolutely, this is so wrong, so truly devil, devil. Because we should stop Putin. And do that not difficult. You should sanctions United Arab Emirates, United States, and EU, and Britain. But Britain, even this Johnson, maybe with her, this boyfriend, girlfriend, Lord Lebedev, was flying to Saudi Arabia. They should go clean energy, but they go for increase this oil, gas, drilling, production. And again, climate crisis can kill you, entire civilization. There are no chance for adaptation, absolutely. This planet Earth is about physics, planet Earth. These directly linked things. Why Putin come to this war, and why this injustice is happening, and why these Western countries who particularly responsible, and they made this climate crisis and refusing to stop that. Same in Putin case. And because system who rule the world, they lobby schemes, they big money in politics, dark money, because coming elections, they media, etc., all that, how this working and how this affecting decisions of country leaders, their offices. And result we're seeing. Scholz, Mrais, or Merz, or others. Seeing, good, very good photo, and that true photo. Scholz. Here about Switzerland. Switzerland, this one. Published this info about Russian clients have up to 200 billion Switzerland franc in Swiss banks. 200 billion. I think more, but it's good. And of course, this money criminal, illegal. This Hitler Putin oligarchs' money. We should all this the asset seize, seize, and of course visa ban. The Abramovich, the I think the Ripaska, others, but also there Victor Vekselberg. But Vekselberg, Switzerland citizen, and Switzerland not yet no sanctions Vekselberg, one of top oligarchs of Hitler Putin, should be immediately, and Switzerland should put their all what which have assets in Switzerland, all his oligarchs. Again, arrest of assets and visa ban. This should be done without delay, now, not tomorrow, now. Switzerland. This is what your part, what you shall do for stop Hitler Putin ongoing genocide in Ukraine. I say. This about already climate crisis. Bill McCabe tweeting, Sarah Bloom Raskin would have made a huge difference in the climate fight. Big oil knew that and went all out to defeat her. The influence of an industry literally destroying the world is so sick we have to break their power. And this article from New Yorker, Sarah Bloom Raskin withdraws her nomination to the Federal Reserve Board. Federal Reserve Board. But even this small thing, Rothschild and Co. not won't allow. She can there, what she can there something do, but I know nothing serious things. No game changing, this not. Because majority there, who made this climate crisis and continue do that and continue block our do barrier by their money financing those who made this climate crisis. Even this. Yeah. And now devastating fact about climate crisis, and believe me, this one thing, same thing. Hitler Putin with her genocidal war intervention full scale into Ukraine and appeasement of Western countries, enablers means of Hitler Putin. And in climate crisis case, same appeasement of who made this climate crisis is deadly, refusing fully act on climate for stop climate crisis. Even same words means that, yeah, Hitler Putin case, climate crisis case, because same system, who own the system, they doing that. In concrete practice, we know, stop Putin, Hitler Putin, you refused. In climate crisis case, stop this climate crisis. You have not yet, not too late. You have opportunity. Stop this climate crisis. You refuse. Enablers of Hitler Putin, enablers of big oil and banks who made climate crisis. Who in authorities, who have power, they doing that. Listen, Michael Bloss, или Michael Bloss. The bridging technology gas was based on Putin's foundations. It collapsed with a bang and showed us once again only a consistent energy transition can make us independent and contain the climate crisis. For this reason, no gas in the green EU taxonomy. But other tweets also have from Michael Bloss, also very important. This so devastating fact, how this coming online. Listen, from Mikhail Bloss. Fossil fuels have never really been affordable, given the damage they cause. Never. Not true. They, they devastatingly damaged did. Chain even more. Even including Ecuador and Steven Donziger, together with indigenous people, was fighting Chevron and this Texaco and other devastating in Mexican Gulf, in Alaska, in Europe, around the world. Again, I'm reading. Fossil fuels have never really been affordable given the damage they cause. The damage has just never been priced in. This core, what doing that? Why this happening? Why? Countries rule of law. Why you allow these crimes, this destroying your country, economy, infrastructure, devastatingly destroying. We even, what means enablers? Greta Thunberg. Parts of eastern Antarctica have seen temperatures over 70 degrees, means 40 degrees Celsius, above normal for 3 days and counting. Antarctica, 40 degrees. When I read this Greta take this quote from article in Washington Post. When I read that, for me this also obvious, and I saying truths each time. This is about universe unity. What I warn you, particularly last years, months, a avalanche effect coming, and you not have opportunity. Civilization of Earth's people as civilization. All countries means all high-tech countries. United States, G7, G20, you not have opportunity stop avalanche effect. We will die. This means death sentence to Earth people, to humanity. And this fact, I say you, devastating fact of how avalanche effect nearing, coming. George Monbiot on this case about Antarctica and Arctica. 30 degrees Celsius above normal in the Arctic today. 40 degrees Celsius above normal in the Antarctic today. It would be unbelievable if it were not true. and it is terrifying beyond words. The war we have waged against the natural world has, in terms, climatic terms, just gone nuclear. You fear about nuclear war. What means avalanche effect? Again, I can say, you fear nuclear war. Much more devastating. Climate crisis, much more, 10 times more. What nuclear? By big nuke. Nuclear, you died, countries died, okay? If you. But you can survive, humanity. Adaptation, no country, no infrastructure, but you will survive, you can something. Again, restore, blah, blah. Climate crisis will kill you. Dinosaurs, yeah, for example, dinosaurs. No chance. No bunkers, no tunnels, absolutely. No chance. Climate crisis not only about Earth's planet atmosphere, not people, not world leaders, not only about atmosphere, but about atmosphere too, climate changing and killing you today's life. But not only because atmosphere changing. This core of planet Earth will activate it in forum which will destroy 10 times more than this nuke war. Even possible is because I know that it's about universe unity. I know all mutually bind, mutually dependence. Then Earth planet will, by you, Earth people, and actually Earth people not, but who rule the world, they behind this big oil, big banks, they made this climate crisis. But humanity, okay? You, when did that and planet Earth coming to this forum when all devastatingly start changing, atmosphere, core, earthquake, volcanoes, permafrost, this truly global forum, rising oceans, seas, something will broke ties of planet Earth with space, will broke. You don't know that, your knowledge not enough for that. Will broke. And this broke will do possible, will open planet Earth for asteroid, comet asteroid attack. This too will happen. Will happen. I know that. My mission, again saying you, for rescue you, first rescue those people. And after that, together, what means after that? We together acting and you rescue it. Stop it, climate crisis. And also this puppet, Hitler, Putin, also sending to Nuremberg Tribunal his authority to garbage of history and others by replacing today's financial system by transparent financial system. This you shall do. No, you don't have other way. You have only way. And this way I show you. So rescue in preventing all that, climate crisis, and working together. And fantastic changing, revolutionary. Fantastic. You know, which fiction, science, my English, science fiction, in high level science fiction, will be more fantastic. But actually, this reality will happen because universe unity. You will survive, you will come to truly high level civilization, and you can join to universe unity. Finally survived. But today, all happening now, your decision, together with me, all earth people. Who they, you already know, satanic face having. Look at Hitler, Putin, how she acting, doing genocide, accusing opposite, against which she using genocide. She in war, full-scale war in Ukraine, accusing Ukraine on genocide, on killing. He deemed this devastating damage as in Chechnya was, and in Syria too, in Aleppo city, full. Directly attacking hospital and schools. Knowingly, this decision, Hitler Putin decision. Ukrainian language, schools, cover. Hospital, cover. Children, cover. And this happening. And Germany financing that, continue financing that. And United States saying, well, how you can say that? Push German, if German authority already come to fascist, this already coming to this level. Not yet, but we can prevent by our bold position, demanding German authority, hey, stop that. And others, how we should act. And do that not difficult. This for you, for your country, if you like, talk about your country economy, infrastructure. Okay, do that. Literally, truly do that by resolving problems. Not some cosmetic form and problem remain, but you can say, hey, you do that. But this not resolving problem, and this should be stopped finally. Drew Sullivan tweeting about how corruption, money laundering, and this because who rule the world, who own financial system of world, this starting literally from Bank of England, come to United States and finally come to inform, even no mention bank name, Federal Reserve in 1913. After that, after particular World War II, there was created global financial institution. They create, not others. You know, Rothschild and Co. They created based on Bank of England, Federal Reserve mainly, and Bank of England, 70 to 30%. They created world financial institutions, call it World Bank, International Monetary Fund, Bank of International Settlement. They, behind them, this means today's financial system. And behind them, they, satanic face having, Rothschild and Co. They rule the world. How? Already I think that I show you and others too undeniable. But they schemes, lobby schemes, dark money in politics, the media when needed, donation, donors. This one. They're putting the persons into these institutions, White House, Congress, Department of Justice, FBI, CIA, of course. They know it. Big banks, they fully, same in Britain, same in European Union. How they acting? And this global. But they weak if we together and we should start replace today financial system by transparent financial system. And Drew Sullivan tweeting how they acting, participating on reveal Hitler Putin oligarchs money. And this announcement I reading. Today at 5 p.m. today, March 21st, at 5 p.m. Central European Time, The Guardian, OCCRP, and 25 other media will be releasing information on more than $18 billion in assets of oligarchs and other Putin enablers. And tweet from OCCRP, Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project. Upcoming, few are better at obscuring the ill-gotten gains than Russia's ruling class. Assets seized thus far represent only a fraction of the true wealth. So, OCCRP, The Guardian, and 25 other media outlets have teamed up to hunt down the rest. Very important. Dmytro Kuleba, Foreign Minister of Ukraine, tweeting, these are the ruins of drama theater in Mariupol, where hundreds of civilians hit. And Mariupol, one of center of Hitler-Putin genocide. Inhuman Russian war crime. I want to ask multinational companies still working with oil in Russia, How can you keep doing business with them? How can you feed, sell, and pay those who did this? And here, this drama theater in Mariupol center and others building also in ruins, I can say. Hitler Putin job. He using even supersonic weapons, even means bandit weapons, cluster bomb in residential areas, supersonic, ballistic rockets, using all, planning to use chemical weapons, biological weapons. And this firm of Western country continue to do business in Russia, as I say, Nestle, they enough have. And I call United States, European Union, Britain, G7, start sanctions them. No excuse, no appeasement, no do mistake. Demand, hey, go away from Russia. If they refuse, sanction. Time for that and all that immediately. Because situation very urgent. This stop give any quantity of money to Hitler Putin. This means we stopping Hitler Putin. Hitler Putin war and Hitler Putin genocide. Without money, Hitler Putin not will able do his war and genocide. It's so obvious. Oil and gas embargo immediately and SWIFT ban entirely. And all Putin, Hitler Putin oligarchs. Listen this fact. This is about another very evil, again, evil fact, because this system ruled world. And therefore such things happening in world. And we should stop that finally and do that not difficult if we together. Ready. Samuel Ramani. The United Nations raised just $1.3 billion in aid to Yemen, which is less than 1/3 requested. This needs to be rectified immediately. And Yemen continues to be bombed. It will continue. 1/3. Why? And who doing that? When money fake, we should say about resolve problem. I very serious saying. When money fake, truly money not exist. All fake, all criminal. Bank not have this money, but giving credit money when they need it. And they're doing business, returning with interest back to this bank. And who this business, mainly who we know, less than 1% of the world. And when coming to this resolve their hunger, their other disaster, this crime in Yemen, their children dying, and you refusing give this fake money which not exist, but you show position as this money exists and refuse giving this money for resolve problems in Yemen. And it's not only about Yemen. How this obviously show satanic system ruled world. What I said is truth. How this financial system evil, satanic. Money not exist actually. This schemes, this system. For their gain, own gain, they're using when needed money, printing, because no, not have money actually. Print. But when coming to actually resolve problems, even when they are needed money, they refusing even do this. Talking about budget, about all this fake, about this debt also fake. When money not have, how you can United States of America, if money not exist, how you can be debitor? This question to others, developed countries too. Stop this game. Inflation, recession. World financial system urgently needed reforming. They didn't this all mess around the world, this system. And again, it's other region, in world say, no, you're rejecting racism, rejecting supremacism, rejecting, condemning apartheid, fascism, all rejecting. But when coming actually really act, all this, your position show all these things which you publicly announced you rejecting. They are racism, they are apartheid, they are fascism, they are supremacism. You say which reason? Why you not same form acting? What happening in Ukraine? What happening in against Palestinian from apartheid regime of Israel, or in Yemen, which both destroyed by Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates, and who financing them and giving them these weapons? Again, we go, oh, Bank of England, Federal Reserve means that. Again, coming to this link, who own world financial system. Britain sending to their weapons. These devastating videos I many times watch in Yemen, but this not only in Yemen, in Syria this was happening, in Ethiopia, in the Tigray region, in Myanmar, before your eyes, how junta doing this mess in Myanmar also, and others. People died because hunger. And you think, hey, you not have this apartment, not have this money, then money fake. Behind this money, actually nothing. nothing means nothing. This nothing, why you not using for resolve these problems? Satanic, evil. This system, this who rule the world. This money should be urgently sent to Yemen. No 1/3, or 100%. You humanity, you humanity. You're living in very small planet, very beautiful world, and I believe in that we will restore this beauty of planet Earth. But very small. And you even, your neighbor, okay? Your neighbor. No far. This Africa, this Asia, this Middle East, this far from Europe. I mean, not this your neighbors. Your neighbors, G7, G20, this is your neighbors. I say, Paul Massaro tweeting about in case which I saying, honestly, why can't we wean ourselves off dictator energy? If the free world just stop it buying energy from dictators, yes. Our dependence upon them would cease and their regimes would collapse. Why you won't do that? Developed countries. And this fantastic opportunity, very big opportunity, go clean energy. By oil and gas embargo, again Hitler, Putin, replace that with clean energy, have opportunity for that. No geoengineering, no some blah blah. Stop that. Avalanche coming. Thermoyad synthesis you talking about. Not have time for that. You have solar, sun. You have sun. Sun. Cheap and most effective. Most, number one. Cheap and number one effective. How you can refuse or ignore that? Which reason? Which reason? You choosing build, send much more money, 10 of billions, totally 100 billions, create nuke plants for years, long time, and much more money. And very dangerous if someday will earthquake as was happening in Japan, Fukushima. When there was war, as Hitler put in Ukraine. But you continue still in this position. And now termayat in Russian, termayat and synthesis. In English, what? Also saying $10 billion for decades, years, create these plants. They will blah, blah after that. Why? Why? Which reason? When you have sun. And you have already technology which exists. And in practice, they very cheap and very quickly producing this technology that you can replace dirty energy or electricity grids any warming home and electricity to base it on clean energy. What your problem? Nikola Tesla, which was rejected by Rothschild and Co., Morgan, JP Morgan, this historical fact. Why I think about that? Because I know who ruled the world. They. And why your, no reason. My English not so good. There should be very good and concrete words. Your denial of solar, which very effective and very cheap, this should be favored, and decision should be mainly that already because technology exists. And we should go to solar energy mainly. You take position, ignore. Some of you blah blah about hydrogen, others about thermoyacht, others about nuke, others even try anyway put gas as clean energy in EU taxonomy. This is not evil. When you have opportunity, need Marshall Plan, and this should be because climate crisis demanding act. Totally, all countries, nations, particularly developed countries, should go carbon-free economy by 2035, no later. The deadline, literally deadline, about avalanche effect. We can keep 1.5 degrees Celsius, no too late. If you will act immediately, simply stop oil and gas worldwide, subsidies, drilling, licensing, all that. Finally, and you shall do that. And same time, give all this opportunity to clean energy sector, mainly to solar, their wind, to and watch how they will very speedily, very effectively act, will replace today's infrastructure and industry even by clean energy. Home, plants, we have. Need big plan. Big problem and should be the big plan for resolve this big problem. Other name, Marshall Plan, means that. Finally, not think about political. Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, they already crook their authorities. They're criminal and they crook. They come hub of world money laundering system or coming. And Saudi Arabia, this criminal person, Mohammed bin Salman, killer, and we never will. I say that. Give any chance to this MBS, avoid justice. He killed Jamal Khashoggi, and he will punished. Stop that. We should change world. How? Very simply, our very concrete steps, actions. By replacing existing financial system by transparent financial system. And you will see how all will come to really to peace, and these crooks, these dictators will finally go to garbage of history. Peace truly will come. Your economy, if you like, about growth, very, very seriously will grow. Not afraid for replace today's world system, financial system means. I say, about climate crisis here as example how countries even ignoring indigenous people, they attacking them, In Sweden, Isabel Axelsson and Greta Thunberg also was tweeting about that. Even was video of Greta. Unfortunately, I not have now this, but Isabella Axelsson tweeting. Climate strike in Jokkmokk. The Swedish government must stop exploring Sápmi. Sápmi is indigenous people. This includes not building a new mine in Gallok, this region where Sápmi, and ceasing clear-cutting forests and replacing them with monocultural plantations. Stand with Sápmi. And this is Isabel and Sápmi indigenous people girl. Isabel is right from your yes here. Okay. This also symbolic because truly poor countries, indigenous people in Africa, in Brazil, Amazon, in the United States, even this DAPO project, even some women was jailed as terrorists. Name, unfortunately, not now I recall, but I already said that. As terrorists, He was acting for stop these pipelines as terrorists. How are they acting? And same time, they hiding their crimes. This Exxon and others also same. They have in the report how they business, big oil, so devastatingly affecting nature and people in the region. They hid that. This should be crime. Ecocide should be crime. Finally, worldwide, ecocide, crime. This World International Criminal Court, I called them previously and call again. Hey, take this case to ecocide. Ecocide, very serious crime. You should act. International Court of Justice, International Criminal Court. Ecocide. You taking cases about genocide, and of course Hitler put in genocide in Ukraine there. But about ecocide too. about apartheid against Palestinians too. It's about how these international courts finally should start act powerfully. Other name join me. Okay. Hungary. In April 3, in Hungary will happen election, this crucial election. Therefore, I call Hungary people, Hungarians people. Who Orban, you know. I was said that many times, but you was refused, ignore my call. I say Orban, this sided with Hitler, Putin, and also he continue acting in this forum, and it's bad for Hungary. His crimes, his violation of human rights, was that this fact how he was sided with Putin, and believe me, Orban visit to Hitler Putin few months ago was about election in Hungary because Putin have remained capability by high techs, yes, broke intervene your election system. Again, I said that, again saying, United States National Security Agency code, and this means United States Electron Shield code, was given to Putin in 1915, late 1915. Based on this code, he attacked United States and put Trump in White House. Same he did in Brexit, plus me same did in Brexit referendum time, which fraud. Same he did in several countries in Europe and worldwide too, where this was he decided. And now he will help Orban. Therefore, Hungarian election authorities should take this my call serious because problem serious. No use electronic devices, not. There should be transparency. Monitoring system should be. So Orban was in this reason. Formally, he was visit for participate for resolving problem between Russia and Ukraine, but this no problem of Ukraine, this Russian fascist problem, imperialist, neo-imperialism, now we know already finally, this fascism, neo-fascism, but was visit on reason for take Putin back of Orban on this election. So who Orban? And now already time for remove him from authority by voting for opposition candidate Peter Merzey from United for Hungary Party, United candidate Peter Mackie, yeah. Sorry, my English. Marquis. He was mayor of some small city, town, but his position, I was read, good position view, and I know now time for change in Hungary, and Marquis will good prime minister. And Hungary, as European Union member, as democratic country, really needed in new leadership. I say, I together with you, Hungarian people. Today this, I am Chinghiz together with you, those people.